For the first time in 10 years, we get to celebrate a Victory Friday. Giants fans, how you feeling after you dominated the Philadelphia Eagles? A lot to talk about on today's show, but if you're proud of the way your New York Giants played football last night, if you woke up proud to be a Giants fan today, hit that thumbs up icon right now. This is New York Giants Now by Chat Sports, and I am your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody for clicking on today's show as we go over my biggest takeaways and overreactions of the Giants' 34-17 win over the Philadelphia Eagles. The most fun I have had watching a Giants game since that playoff win back in 2022. And I know you won a big game earlier this year against the Chargers. This one feels a little bit different. And it almost feels like a stamp of approval that the New York Giants are heading in the right direction. One of the things that I thought was one of my major takeaways after I went home last night, watched the game again, watched the All-22 film this morning, the Giants are building an identity. They are starting to create a way that they want to play football games. And it all starts with Jaxson Dart and Cam Skattebo. These two guys are culture changers. They weren't here for all the losing. They weren't here for all of the players that were good here left and then were better elsewhere. It's new blood. It's new energy, and it's a newfound confidence and swag that the New York Giants carry. And on top of that, it's smash mouth football. The New York Giants, in the Jaxson Dart era, 3 games, they're averaging 156.3 rushing yards per game. They were number 3 in the NFL heading into last night, and following the beatdown that the Giants put on the Eagles, they're going to be close to the number 1 rushing attack since Jaxson Dart took over. And I think he deserves a lot of credit for that. We'll talk about Dart. But, man, Cam Skattebo, that guy is different. He seeks contact. He has just enough screws loose in his head in a positive way to not be scared. Not afraid to lower his shoulder. Not afraid to fight forward for another yard. 19 carries, 98 yards last night. Not 1, not 2, but 3 times he got inside the box. He's a paint warrior. He gets inside the box. 5.2 yards per carry. He made the Eagles tap out on that last drive. It was a gain of 4. It was a gain of 4.5. It was a gain of 5 over and over and over again. 79 of the 98 yards for Cam Skattebo were after contact. If you're going to play the Giants, you better be able to tackle, and you better be able to do it for 60 minutes, or Cam Skattebo, he's going to run through your effing face. And the usage and the ability for Jaxson Dart to be a runner as well has added another dynamic to this offense. 13 carries for Dart last night. 58 rushing yards. Multiple times he extended the drive with his legs. Multiple times he moved the chains because of his ability to improvise. Had another rushing touchdown. Got this game started. Hit Zach Bond with a jump cut. Dude went this way. Dart went this way. That was a guy that was looked at as one of the best players in football this offseason. These guys empty the tank. They leave it all out on the field. And they are willing to do whatever it takes to win. And that will bleed onto the rest of your football team. And we're already seeing that. These two guys, they make being a Giants fan fun again. They give you belief. They give you hope. And they give you a reason to think that every single Sunday, Thursday, Monday, Friday, it does not matter. You have a chance to win a football game. They're just overly confident enough. They're just cocky enough. They have just enough swag but they've got everything it takes to be great football players and great leaders, and it truly feels like we are in good hands. They're tough runners, man. They don't go down. Jaxson Dart, 4 missed tackles forced last night. Cam Skattebo, 3 missed tackles forced. Almost 80 yards after contact for Cam Skattebo. These two guys are special, and this really does feel like the start of something new. A lot more to talk about, but I got to say thank you to every single person that has subscribed to New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. We crossed over 89,000 subscribers last night. I say that out loud, and I really don't even comprehend what that means. There are more people, more diehard Giants fans subscribed to this channel than butts that you can fit in MetLife Stadium. I'm honored, I am humbled, and I just want to say thank you to everybody. I'm a diehard Giants fan, and we're going to continue to keep on keeping on. We put out free videos every day. We go live for every single Giants watch party. If you want to be a part of the best Giants community, sub right now for New York Giants dubs. I also got to say hats off. Hats off to the New York Giants offensive line. You can't build an identity of wanting to play smash mouth, bully ball football if your big 5 guys up front aren't moving people. And that is what they are doing. The New York Giants offensive line over the past couple of weeks has been moving people off the spot. They had a run blocking PFF grade as a team of 82.2. That is the most since last year against the Dallas Cowboys. I believe that was in week 13. I may be off on the week. This offensive line deserves a lot of credit. They've been great in the run game, and they are getting better and better in the pass blocking department as well. John Michael Schmitz was putting together a heck of a game prior to being injured. Then Austin Schlottman comes in, and he's moving people off the spot as well. Andrew Thomas hasn't allowed a pressure in 3 games. Jermaine Illuminor played hurt. Greg Van Roten's finding a way to get the job done. John Runyon is finding a way to get the job done. Your offensive line is finally becoming a formidable force. They're able to help your team instead of hinder their success. We've waited a long time for an offensive line. I think we're finally seeing one that can impose their will, because that's what they did to the Philadelphia Eagles yesterday. It's incredible, man. It's incredible. Enjoy this, Giants fans. Ride this high. It doesn't come around often. We've experienced a lot of lows together. You go through those to experience these. These two guys are culture changers. A lot of credit is deserved for what feels like a turnaround. But it starts with those two. It starts with Brian Burns. It starts with the O-line. It starts with the new additions. Feels good, man. Feels good. And like Jaxson Dart, he feels like the real deal. I know it's been only 3 games. I know that. I know the more tape that gets put out there, it's going to be harder and harder for him to have success. But it feels like he's the real deal. It feels like he has what is needed to be a franchise quarterback. He's got the moxie. He's got the swag. He's got the confidence. But most importantly, he has the talent. This was easily his best game. Balls were thrown on time. Balls were thrown on target. Balls were thrown where they were supposed to be thrown. And when the Giants needed him to make a play to move the chains, he did it. When the Giants needed a spark on offense, he did it. And he did it without Malik Neighbors. He did it without Darius Slayton. This guy on Thursday Night Football took down the Super Bowl champs, with all due respect, to the worst wide receiver crew in the NFL. And I'm going to put respect on their name coming up in a second. Don't take for granted what Jaxson Dart did last night. That's one of the best performances a Giants quarterback has had in a long time. And to be honest with you, it's one of the best performances a quarterback has had this NFL season. The dude is just a playmaker. Go back to 3rd and 8, quarter number 1. The first score of the game for the New York Giants. We all had a lot of reasons to believe that Jaxson Dart would be a player in this league. His ability to improvise, be a playmaker, and make plays with his legs as a runner is something that I didn't necessarily anticipate. This run right here, that's Zach Bond. That's a guy that just made a lot of money this offseason. He was voted as like a top 50 player by his NFL peers in the National Football League. Jaxson Dart drops back, sees a running lane, runs right in his face, hits him with a dead leg. Bond goes this way. Dart walks in the end zone for 6. He looks so natural running the football. Like, it doesn't look forced at all. And I also love, he doesn't just use his legs to run the football. He uses his legs as well to buy time behind the line of scrimmage to throw the ball down the field. This play to Wan'Dale Robinson, 2nd and 9, 5:49 left in the first quarter. The pocket mobility, the presence, the confidence, the way that he maneuvers to make defenders miss, step up, retreat, move around, roll to his right, find Wan'Dale Robinson, ball, catchable, able to maximize yak. And then Wan'Dale Robinson gets loose. That generator with the football in his hands. Makes the guy miss, tight ropes the sideline. Devin Singletary being a lead blocker for him. It's a party in the end zone when you have a quarterback that can make that second play. It's hard to consistently scheme up an offense where you're only throwing the ball to the first read. But when you're a quarterback, you can drop back. First read's not open. Let me move this way. Let me move this way. Let me move this way. Buy time. Create that second play. Create that third play. You're able to throw 35-yard touchdowns on a scramble drill. Have the Giants ever had a quarterback like that? All the playmaking is awesome. There's 2 things that I look at as a quarterback. How do you play in the fourth quarter, and how do you play on third down and money downs? And Jaxson Dart has been one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL on third down since he became a starter. Shout out to my man Bobby Skinner, one of the best in the game. Go give him a follow. Support his show on YouTube and all podcasts, Giants Nation Show. Jaxson Dart on third down versus the Eagles. 11 of 14 conversions. He moved the chains 11 times. 7 completions for 100 yards, including a drop. 4 runs for 28 yards and a touchdown. And then a defense pass interference drawn as well. He has been money on third down. Shout out to Doug Analytics on Twitter. If you're not following him, you're not doing yourself justice. EPA per play and success rate on third down. Jaxson Dart on third down has an EPA of plus .56 per play. That is number 3 in the entire National Football League. Your quarterback is the 3rd best quarterback right now on third down. And his success rate of 63%, that's the 2nd best in the NFL. He's a playmaker. He's a gamer. He performs under the bright lights. And he's a chain mover. He's checking all the boxes of what you want to see from a young quarterback. And on top of being good on money downs, elevating this red zone offense, 0 turnover-worthy plays from Jaxson Dart on Thursday Night Football after he threw 2 interceptions versus the Saints, after he fumbled versus the Saints. How do you respond to adversity? How do you bounce back from mistakes? 3 turnovers last week, 0 this week. 0 times he put the ball in harm's way. I give Jaxson Dart an A-plus performance for last night. Took care of the ball, moved the chains, perfect in the red zone, and made play after play after play. Wow. We might just have a franchise quarterback. Long way to go. Long way to go. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, though. Your defense. They pitched a second half shutout. They shut the Eagles out in the second half. And the Eagles looked limited on offense because of it. I know you were down Landon Dickerson. You had Jalen Hurts. You had Saquon Barkley. You had Dallas Goedert. You had Devontae Smith. You had A.J. Brown. You had everybody but one starter. This defense deserves a lot of credit, and Shane Bowen, you deserve a lot of credit. I'm not going to act like I'm the biggest fan of yours. I'm not. I still think you're leaving meat on the bone, but I'm man enough to admit and man enough to give credit where it's due. Say what you want. He got the job done. Held the Eagles to 17 points. Shout out to you, Shane Bowen. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You mixed it up. You ran zone. You blitzed. You made Hurts think. Keep raising the floor of what this defense can be with you as the D coordinator. Thank you, Shane. Thank you. Brian Burns. Brian Spider-Man Burns. He's playing like a defensive player of the year. 7 tackles. 2 tackles for loss. 2 more sacks. 7 sacks on the year. Most of the National Football League. 2 more quarterback hits as well. And he had 4 stops. A stop is considered a tackle that results in a negative play for the offense. 4 of those for Brian Burns. Great move. It was been a great move. Kayvon Thibodeau having a hell of a year. Hell of a game last night. 4 pressures, 3 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. He had 4 stops as well. Dexter Lawrence, 4 pressures for him. 5 tackles. Moving the pocket. The sacks will come. The sacks will come. Wasn't the best game from the pass rush, but they did just enough. Cordale Flott got him one. Oski going the other way. Jumped the out route. Sat in his stance, saw the Giants went out with an all-out blitz. Knew Jalen Hurts had to get the ball out. T-step, break on the ball. Got downhill. Strong hands. Tightrope the sideline. Leading the Giants to the knockout blow with the Cam Skattebo touchdown. And then the icing on the cake. Dane Belton. Dane Belton was the player that the Giants said had the best spring. Dane Belton was the player that everyone was hyping up as a playmaker all summer long. Dane Belton's made a lot of plays, a lot of interceptions, a lot of forced fumbles, a lot of pass breakups. Another pass breakup last night, and a punch out on A.J. Dillon while Saquon Barkley was promoting his Prime Video documentary from the sideline down 17 in the fourth quarter. Saquon, you should go promo that documentary on social media right now. Go tweet about it. I'm sure all your Eagles fans want to watch it. Dane Belton punches it out and solidifies a New York Giants win on primetime football. Couple more thoughts coming up. But before these jerseys sell out, get yours today. Chatsports.com/dart. Rock and rep your rookie quarterback's jersey. Chatsports.com/dart. I think one of the worst sayings in sports, and specifically professional sports, is next man up. Because if you could just next man up everything, we wouldn't have this difference in the way that we pay players. No one's replacing Malik Neighbors. We know that. And without Darius Slayton, the Giants were bare at the wide receiver room. They go into this game with Wan'Dale Robinson, Bo Collins, Jalen Hyatt, and Lil Jordan Humphrey. And it was next man up. And they answered the call. And they stood 10 toes down. Wan'Dale Robinson, hell of a game, 17. 6 catches, 84 yards, a score, 14 yards a catch. Made nice catches over the middle. Tightrope the sideline. Made yards after the catch. Come on, keep it going. Keep it going, Wan'Dale. And how about little Jordan Humphrey? Comes from the practice squad. One of the early plays in the game on 3rd and 9, he just runs a go route, essentially a double move into a go route up the right side. Jaxson Dart sees him one-on-one. Dart throws him the ball. Little Jordan Humphrey, big body football, little boy on his back, box him out, goes to the top shelf where the kids can't get it, pulls it down. Dart had so much confidence in little Jordan Humphrey. Goes back to the summer of those two working every day together. Gave him chance after chance after chance. He did drop a touchdown. But he did just enough to win the game, and he's only going to get better and better with more confidence. Stop routes, vertical routes, 50-50 chances. I was really impressed with the way 89 played. Everybody that calls themselves a Giants fan has been disappointed with Jalen Hyatt. And I'm not going to talk about how 3 catches for 17 yards changes his career. But, man, he has all He has every reason to have no belief in himself anymore. He has every reason to quit on himself as an NFL player. 3 huge catches last night. 3 tough catches. What about the play? He runs the double move inside the 35-yard line, stop and go on Keely Ringo, beats him up the sideline. Dart puts the ball in his shirt pocket. A beautiful throw from Jaxson Dart. High and unable to haul it in, but a PI. Defense. Giants ball, 1-yard line. Results in a Giants score. There's something to be said for an NFL player at the bottom of the depth chart who everybody is out on, steps up when he is needed most. Was it perfect? No. Are we going to write home about 17 yards? No. But he stayed ready, and he made plays. And you know what? I could appreciate that. I think Theo Johnson needs to be better. Couple of drops last night. Couple of big drops. Didn't get his head around on the first pass of the game from Jaxson Dart. You need him to be a player. You need him to keep on cooking. Because if he can hold down the middle of the field, man, it's going to take this team to another level on offense. If he can't catch the football, you might have to start playing Daniel Bellinger a little bit more. But all in all, I'm really proud of the way the weapon stepped up. And I'm happy for Brian Daboll. I put a video out this week where I tried to speak from both sides. Should the Giants fire Daboll or should they keep him? And I think the thing I hammered home in that video is I want Brian Daboll to be the guy. I like Brian Daboll. I question if he's a good football coach. I question if he's right for Jaxson Dart. But I love the swag he carries. I love his mindset. I love his demeanor. I would love to play football for Brian Daboll. And I'm happy for him, man. He stuck his neck out. He made the decision to play Jaxson Dart. No one else on this organization wanted to do it. That's why I said it was my decision. It was my decision. It's my team. I'm playing the quarterback that I think is best for my football team. And I'm happy for the man, Daboll. Am I sold on him? No. Do I still have questions? Yes. But there is something that feels a little bit special about this duo of Jaxson Dart and Brian Daboll. Hope and belief is a hell of a drug. And when you have a coach that believes in you 110%, that can make you believe in yourself as a quarterback and as a player. I don't think Jaxson Dart needs any more confidence, but it's always nice when you have a head coach that would die for you, do anything for you, and has the utmost belief in you. And that's what Daboll and Dart have. That's the duo I want leading this team. I don't know if it's right. We'll find out. But something about this duo feels special. If you're proud of your New York Giants, hit that thumbs up icon. Can we get to 2,000 likes on today's show? That's the goal. If you made this far in the video, hit that thumbs up icon, type real one down below, and make sure you are following me on social media. It's Victory Friday, baby. First time in 10 long years. Let's go Giants!